So here we are on Bantams SmallTalk. Today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the wonderful and magnificent Paul Jewell.
All right, Nick.
First of all, I'd like to mention my sponsors of Peckover Transport. We give you results, not excuses. So first of all, Paul, thank you very much for coming today.
Pleasure.
And first of all, are you still playing golf yourself?
I'm playing golf, yeah. Not to very good standard, I have to say, but I'm still playing golf, yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. So if we crack on by asking you, fans are actually wanting to know, were you effectively sacked, or did you walk away from the job? Or is it something you can't really shed the light on? People wanting to know what's happened?
Well, I'd be disappointed if I got sacked for keeping Bradford City in the Premier League. I really would be disappointed with that. No, I wasn't sacked. I think mine and Geoffrey Richmond's relationship had come probably to an end.
Yep.
Geoffrey gave me a chance, and I'll always be very grateful to him for that. But I felt at the end enough stripes to do. I wanted to do certain things. He wanted to do certain things. He wanted to go into the Intertotal Cup. I didn't. I felt the players needed a break. I wanted to bring in some new faces. The new faces that I put to him weren't the ones that he wanted.
Yep.
So I knew Sheffield Wednesday. They offered me the job the day we beat Liverpool, actually. But I said no because I was happy at Bradford and didn't want to break a contract. And after our meeting at the end of the season, when he took me to some restaurants and Heaton's, he told me that I had a bad season, so I thought, well, maybe it might be time for me to move on. So that's what happened. I wasn't sacked. No, I wasn't sacked.
That's no problem.
I know it's no problem, but I wasn't sacked. But it was a bit. I didn't want to leave, and going to Sheffield Wednesday, you know, we'd stayed in the Premier League. They just got relegated.
Yep.
Their club was in a bit of turmoil, really. It's probably a mistake to go to Sheffield Wednesday, if I'm being honest. But I just felt mine and Geoffrey's working relationship couldn't carry on the way he was going.
Right, that's brilliant. So you've actually already done it, but the next question we're going to say, can you shed any light on what actually happened? So you've left on good terms, obviously.
No, didn't leave on good terms at all. No, didn't leave on good terms because you know, I haven't spoken to him since or seen him since, actually. Right. But I mean, if I saw him, I'd speak to him because life goes on, doesn't it? But and again, as I said, he gave me my opportunity, and which I was very grateful for. But I did feel as if I probably paid them back by helping us, not down to me, because it was a big team effort on and off the pitch. Was getting promoted and staying in the Premier League, but I just thought he was trying to interfere a bit too much, and I felt at the end enough stripes to not have to put up with that interference.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. If you chose to stay at Bradford City rather than going to Sheffield Wednesday, do you think you'll have been able to keep City in the Premiership again?
Oh, I don't know. That's a question that's impossible to answer. And it's easy. I'm not going to comment on other people's choices of players because we all get some right and we all get some wrong. But I felt, looking from the outside, the players that we bring it in weren't going to be equipped to keep us in the Premier League because these were marquee players, if you like, who played at the top level. And when coming to Bradford City, we didn't have our own training ground. So and the wages that they were getting paid, it was, I guess, probably caused a bit of a rift in the club. And they no disrespect to Bradford, they were only coming for one reason, and that was money. And I don't blame the players for that. And again, if you look back, supporters were all getting excited with Carboni's coming, Stan Collymore, Petrescu, Hopkins, all good players, very good players. But I didn't feel at the time they were right for Bradford City, and Geoffrey wanted me to sign a couple of those players the previous season, and I'd refused, and I think that was probably going back to the beginning of the end for our relationship, really.
Okay then, I mean, it's interesting to know that, actually. People have also asked me, did you actually try to sign Roberts and Allington before you left the club? I rumour is that you tried to sign them. No. So we'll move on. I remember, you might actually recall me, I interviewed you quite a few years ago.
Right.
It was during my college years.
Right, okay.
And I can remember saying to you that when we go up, it'll be a fantastic day. And I remember you always saying, if. But that year I always knew I thought we were going to go up, and frankly we did.
Yeah, it was a great day, that.
So obviously that game against Wolves, when they hit the post,
yeah,
and you went, what was actually going through your mind? Because obviously you were relieved.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know why I did it. It was just, I know Colin Lee, their manager, was looking down the touchline because obviously they couldn't go up at this stage because they needed to beat us, and I think results had gone the other way, and he just had a little wry smile when he hit the post, and it was just relief. I mean, we played so well that day, and when Biggs missed that penalty to go 4-1 up, I thought, I can enjoy the last 15 minutes of this, it's going to be nice, but obviously the keeper made a great save, and it went right to the wire with Steve Bull scoring and then Paul Simpson hitting the post. So, I mean, one of the best days of my life. That day, the way we played. I think that the way we played summed up our season.
Yep.
We went a goal down many a time, but we just had this belief and determination that we were just going to outscore the opposition, and we outplayed Wolves on the day. Blakey was brilliant, Millsy was brilliant, Biggs was brilliant, Jamie, they're all brilliant, and I think that game in particular summed the season up. You know, went right to the wire as well.
Yeah, but I remember watching. I was like in Bingley, I think it was the Harvesters.
Oh, okay.
And during the penalty, I had to go to the room a couple of times. I was getting that excited.
Yeah, well, if I could have got off the stadium, I think I would have. But it was a brilliant day. Culminated in an unbelievable story for the city. But you know, to give something Bradford City, when you work for Bradford City or play for Bradford City or support Bradford City, you have that affiliation because of what happened in '85, and that never leaves you. And you know, I'm not being morose about it, but you know, that day was as much for them people who suffered and died, unfortunately, in the fire. If that brought a little bit of comfort to their families, well, even better.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So we'll crack on if you don't mind. I'd love you back as a manager, so obviously given the opportunity...
Oh, hang on. Let me ask
Would you come back?
Let me ask you that. You told me, I saw you interview with Peter Jackson, right? Yeah. And he said, what's your favourite 3 managers? And I wasn't one of them. Yeah. So...
I know you are.
So it's easy. Listen, I've had my time, so let's hope the next appointment is the right one, because the place is waiting to take off.
And obviously, you still look out for results.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, you were there Saturday, so you obviously still attend games.
Well, yeah, I've only been to 2 this season, unfortunately. Middlesbrough in a League Cup, where, you know, they were very good on a night, Middlesbrough, and on Saturday. And I've got to say, when Wrexham scored, the atmosphere in the ground was brilliant, because the fans basically lifted the place, and I don't think supporters realise how influential they can be by getting behind a team. And I know it's easy to say, and it's not always easy to get behind a team if things are going wrong, but when Wrexham scored, the whole ground lifted the players, and it was brilliant to witness. 22,000 at a League 2 game, and the atmosphere was like 10 o'clock back to the Premier League days. It was great. And you know, let's hope, as I said, hopefully the next appointment can. I do think that the club needs a long-term plan, though. I really do. I think the last few years it's just been hoping we get out of this division. I think there's got to be some foresight of like a long-term strategy to get players. It's easier said than done, by the way, that can play at the next level as well. So you don't have to keep on. If you do go up, you don't have to keep on churning players, 12 players in, 12 players out. That's not great. So hopefully the owners or whoever is running the club can have a long-term strategy and get an identity to the team, because I think that's what it needs. And you know, support there is crying out for it. Yeah, we definitely need something. So, but what I don't know. So we'll crack on. What other hobbies and interests do you have outside football, obviously? Golf. Yeah, I love golf. Yeah. My son works at Brighton, so I have a keen interest in Brighton. All right. So yeah, and obviously I just love football. I love watching football. It's easy sat at this side of the TV, watching and shouting at the television, telling me how it should be done. But it's you know, I enjoy. I've got a dog. I enjoy walking my dog, and I've got a real good circle of friends. So all's good in my life. Yep, I play myself, but I'm not very good. So. Golf. Yeah, I'm up at
Fardew.
Fardew, oh, very good, yeah.
What about yourself? Do you play on different courses? Or?
I'm captain of Bradford Golf Club, actually.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
From your playing days at Bradford City,
Yeah.
how did you first learn of interest from the club, and what made you want to sign for Bradford City?
Funny story, actually. Bobby Campbell, who's sadly no longer with us. I played with Bobby at Wigan, and he rang me up and he said, I've recommended you to Terry Dolan and Stan Tennant. So I said, well, that's great, Bob. I've got to speak to Norwich and Plymouth want to talk to me. So I think it was Plymouth. And he says, he wouldn't let me go. He said, you go to Bradford. I came, listen, I was actually deceptive as a player. I was actually slower than I looked. So I wasn't a great player, to be honest. I always gave me best, but I was probably, I'd like to think I was a better manager than I was player. But I enjoyed. We had some characters when I first came, you know, in the team. There was Greg Abbott, Sticks was there, Lee Palin, Mark Ellis, Brian Mitchell, Sinbad, Dave Evans, Gavin Oliver, Tom. We had a great dressing room. It was a real good, and some good players in that dressing room. Probably the year they missed out before I got there. When John Hendry and Stuart McCall were sold, they were probably the heart and soul of the team, or John made the big difference in Stuart's in midfield. And we never really got off second base really in that season. So, but I enjoyed my time here. I'm regretful I did do better as a player, but you know, to actually manage the team and take them to the Premier League was something that will stay with me till the day I die.
Yeah, but it was one of my fondest memories. It really was. I loved it. The Wolves game and everything.
It was a wonderful season. It was a wonderful season. I think it's probably the most enjoyable I've had as a manager that season, because I can think of some games like Norwich at home, Swindon away. In fact, I remember us playing Birmingham away. We absolutely battered them. We lost 2-1. We just played great football, and we were so attractive to watch. And if we conceded a goal, there was no doubt in our mind that we would get back in the game, and the crowd responded to that.
Yep.
Even though there was no roof on the cup, unfortunately, that year, and a lot of people got wet, and they used to have them plastic macs. But it was a great season. I really enjoyed it as a manager.
Yeah, so did I. So we'll crack on again, buddy, if you don't mind. What was your most memorable goal, and why for City?
I think probably actually it was. I'll tell you what it was. It was like the 5th of October, 1989. The reason why my son was born on the 3rd. Yep. My son Sam was born on the 3rd. We played Brighton at home on the Saturday. Tony Adcock scored the first one, and I scored the second one. So that was a special goal for obviously it was a great week for our family, because Sam was born, and we beat Brighton 2-0 and I scored, so that rounded off a great week. Yep,
hopefully I'll have to find it on YouTube and watch it back.
See, that's the thing, when the goals I scored, I think you'd have to go back onto newsreel to find out then.
Yep, so we'll other than the actual promotion that we've actually spoke about, what else was your favourite moment? Any other moments actually stand out apart from the promotion?
That season
or any time, even 2013, whenever.
Beating Liverpool, I think. Beating Liverpool and to stay up. I mean, nobody gave us a chance, did they? And to score so early and then hang on was, that stopped Liverpool going to the Champions League, which was amazing. And I think it let Leeds United into the Champions League, and so it was a big day that day for Liverpool. It was, and that was more relief. I mean, that was more relief. Mine and Geoffrey's relationship was starting to get a little bit rocky at that stage, but it was just relief. Whereas the Wolves, that promotion season, was just great, because we took teams on in the Premier League. It was so much difficult, and even though we only won 8 games, to stay in the Premier League was arguably a more difficult feat than getting promoted. But it was tough that year, because the Premier League is so unforgiving, and we were called Dad's Army and all sorts. But because we had good characters in the dressing room, we got through it.
Yeah, but I was supposed to be at that game, because that year I worked at B&Q, and my boss said 3 weeks in advance I could have it off work. 2 days before I came up and said, sorry, we can't let you off anymore.
Didn't he?
We were absolutely traumatised. So basically the shops shut it like say 5 o'clock. So I said to him, I'm putting the commentary on. So I heard the goal.
Yeah.
Got on the channel and went, get in there. So I'll never forget that day.
Oh no, good day.
So we'll continue. With the recent changes in management, obviously, at City, and as getting rid of Hughes and the performances getting better, do you think City can still get promotion? Or?
Well, you know, I don't know, they had about 3 or 4 points off the playoffs, aren't they? So it's very early days, yeah. Kevin McDonald's done brilliant, and I was talking to someone the other day about, you know, when I got the job at, when Geoffrey sacked Cammy, which was really out the blue, he just said to me, we were playing Stockport on the Saturday, he says, just take over till I find someone. And we went to Stockport, I've got to tell you, we got battered. But Mark Prudo was in goal, he was outstanding, and we won the game 2-1. Now, if you lose the game, I probably would be sat here talking to you, you know what I mean, Nick? So that bought me a little bit more time, bought Geoffrey a bit more time. Listen, I wasn't a popular choice as manager with the supporters. In fact, I was in Geoffrey's office the night we played Red in my first game, and some supporter rang up and said him and his 3 mates would never come to the game again while I was manager, you know. So, but I understood that because I was untried, unproven, and going back to Kevin, you know, he started the season as a player. At the minute, he's had 4 games, won 3 and drawn 1. So, you know, the more games he wins, the less rush, should I say, the club will probably be in. But as long as they have a plan. But who knows? Kevin could well be running, and I hope they keep winning and he gets the job. That's the simple fact of it. But you never know. So if you know, if they lose it tomorrow at MK Dons, you know what it's like. All the doom and gloom seems to be out. You've got to get a manager in. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure the club behind the scenes have got contingency plans, but while they keep winning and the players seem to be enjoying it, you know, who knows?
Yeah, well, that's one thing I'll never do. Obviously, I think I want Danny Cowley in charge next.
Right.
Or like I said, I'd love you back. But whoever's in charge, I'm not one for stopping supporting the club.
No, I don't think
you know
anyone.
what I mean?
Nobody will stop.
I'd never do that myself.
No, I don't think the fans will, but the real fans will come through thick and thin. But I think it's about time. You know, Bradford, how long have you been in the league? 2 now?
I'm not actually sure, quite a few years
it's
now.
too long, isn't it? Really? So,
far too long.
Yeah, so anyway, whoever comes in, whether it's Kevin or whether it's from the outside, I hope that they actually get us out of this league.
Yep. And before we have a bit of fun, obviously, why do you think we played such sort of negative football under Hughes? Just not.
Well, I only saw them play Middlesbrough.
Really,
I only saw them play Middlesbrough, so I can't comment on what I haven't seen. I only saw them against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough were very good on the night. I don't know. I don't know. But I know when Mark came, there was people were delighted.
Yep.
And you know, at least sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and for whatever reason, it just seems to be 1 step forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps. You know, there was just, you know, there was just no. Never really got that feel-good factor. And I've been there as a manager. I've been to clubs where it just, for whatever reason, doesn't work for you.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So we're at the end of the sort of tougher questions. So have you ever watched Soccer AM when it was on?
Yeah.
So between me and you, we're going to have a bit of fun. So if you can, it's a quick fire round. So this is getting to know Paul Jewell. So first of all, what's your full name?
Paul Jewell.
What's your nickname?
Jagger.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
59. Don't look it, do I?
What position did you play for people that maybe don't know you? You know,
well, striker. I played some games in midfield, but mainly as a non-scoring striker.
Yep. Can you tell us where you're from, please?
From Liverpool.
Footballing idol?
Dalglish.
Dalglish. If you weren't a footballer, what do you think you would have been?
In trouble, probably.
I like that one. Favourite footballing moment? It can be anyone, any team.
I think it was when the whistle went against Wolves. I really do. I think that was a life-changing moment, and the feeling of elation and satisfaction for everyone involved. I think, you know, I've had some great moments as well with Wigan, brilliant. But I think it's, you know, because that was my first full season as a manager. I was only, God knows, most of the players are older than me, so I would say the win of Wolves, the whistle win against Wolves is right up there.
Yep, I got excited at whistle. In fact, my friend stayed back because it was a Sheffield United game and they were supporting Arsenal, which is, I must admit, they're my Premiership team.
Right.
So I remember said to him, there was a Pizza Hut down in Bingley that day. So I thought,
I used to live in Bingley.
Yeah, it's not there now, but...
no, but I used to live in
right,
Bingley.
did you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. You're probably not far for you then. Yeah, there was like a Pizza Hut and they did like a mini pizza. I just remember skipping down there, singing and dancing, and I went in, said, get in there, all the cars were beeping their horns. So I ordered like a mini pizza, and I remember the staff, I think it was a young lass, goes, why you look so excited? Said, well, just being promoted. She goes, oh, well, I don't like Bradford. We get in there. Yep, so we'll click on your best friend in football?
Sean McCarthy.
Sean McCarthy, oh yeah, you know him really well, don't you?
Yeah.
Best player played with?
Dalglish, I would say. I played when I was a young player at Liverpool, I think, Dalglish. But probably one of the best players I played with at Bradford. I'd say, well, Lee Palin was a good player. He was probably underrated by a lot of people. Lee Palin was a good player. But that was a good side we had. Some good players, but I think Lee Palin was probably the outstanding individual in that team.
Yep. Best player played against then? Who did you find really tough?
Paul McGrath.
Wow. Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Good one there, I like that one.
Yeah.
You said the great
Same size as you, isn't he?
Yep. Your favourite curry?
Ooh, chicken masala dal.
I like them hot. So.
This is
hot. Oh yeah. Your signature dish, can you cook?
I don't mind, yeah, I don't mind. Well, I can't, I don't mind, yeah. I don't mind, I can cook a curry, yeah.
That's brilliant. Karaoke song?
No, play guitar, don't sing.
Alright, because I was going to say, can you give us a rendition?
No, can't sing. Sing flat.
So, obviously, I want to thank you for your time tonight.
Pleasure.
Before we go, is there any upcoming events, anyone you want to thank, or this is your time to obviously?
No. It's your. No, I'm delighted you asked me to come, Nick, and answer some questions and put one or two things that people asked you. Just tell them what really happened, because it probably was a little bit as I left. I've never really spoke about it much. I don't think I've done any interviews with it, but Bradford City is a team. It's my local team, and it's a team that I'm desperate for success because the city needs it, doesn't it?
Yep. So, like I say, thanks for coming, and obviously, I want you to have a good week, and let's hope the City win tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Last one, score prediction for tomorrow.
2-1 Bradford.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah.
So, yep. So,
right.
That was another edition of Bantams SmallTalk with the one and only and fantastic legend, Paul Jewell. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time on Bantams SmallTalk.